What's up, fellow duelists? Y.G.O-LYFE coming at you with a deck profile I decided to build is Springans. One reason why I decided to build Springans is basically because I just have the core. Second of all, I really like fire attributes, and Konami doesn't really explore more what they could do with a lot of fire attribute. One of my favorites is Lavels, but Lavels has consistency issues right now, so I decided to bring you guys Springans deck profile. So go ahead and get into the main deck. Right now we play one of the Serpent of Goganda, because you need Goganda on the field to summon this, but you can easily search this card out in the deck or get this out easily. Two Springans Branga for the level 8s, and two of the Springans Captain Sargas basically for the big ones to attach from hand, field, or graveyard. All Springans allows you to attach them from hand, field, graveyard to an XC monster. We're playing 3 Springans Brother. I am also not playing machine duplication in this machine deck. Honestly, I do not have enough machine dupes for all my machine decks to run machine dupe in there. But if I did run machine dupe in here, I would probably most likely play Card Trooper in here as a Card Trooper OTK, because I took that out of my Cyber Dragon deck. But honestly, just play 3 Springans Brothers just to have the C is just to see them in opening hand. We have 3 Springans Rockets, the main one. You actually want to see in opening hand sometimes, and you will love to use that as your normal summon. And ending the Springans engine off will be Springans Predor. He's kind of iffy, but he's still a situation that I will want to see him and use him to the best I can to further my play. So I decided to run 2 instead of running 1 like most people I've seen. Run 3 Fallen Albaz, being able to discard Springans monster, just having a monster that another good monster that I can normal summon, but being able to fusion with my opponent's side of the field is also a plus. It's just literally walking super poly for me. Albon, the Shrouded Dragon. I run 2 of this so I don't run another the extra Golem, Serpent of Golem, but with these 2 and Serpent of Golem is just a nice tight fit in there in the deck that allows me to summon beefy monsters. Onto the spells. Honestly, you cannot pilot this deck without the field spell, so you really need to have 3 giant Sand Sea Golden Golem, which allows you your XC gain 1,000 attack points and allows you to spell some of your XC by discarding a card. But it would have no material, so then you just attach the ones from hand or graveyard to it. Springans Watch allows you to add the field spell from deck to hand. And if you have the field spell on the field already, you get to apply the effect to add 1 Springans monster from your deck to hand. and then send one from the deck to the graveyard. So you get to add one and send one. Really good deck then right there. Decided to run 2 Springans Booty because I have 3 copies of the field spell, but also if I don't open the field spell, I have this and the watch. So opening Springans Watch and Booty is typically rebelly speaking. Theorizing speaking is good. Theorizing speaking is good. I play 1 Branded in High Spirit. Honestly, with the ratio of the branded spell and trap card right now, I just play 1 each of right now because we have 2 that you can reuse, re-get, but this one is just basically to add a Fallen Albast to the deck of hand, but just keeping the Springans engine here and then adding a little Fallen Albast engine in here, just to kind of really get it going. Since we do play rarely a good amount of level 8s in here, I got trading in here. Honestly, this would be separated with anything you want to play with, like Lightning Storm. You can put 3 Raigekis in here. Your player preference. 3 Dark Holes. Onto the traps. One Scream of the branded. For the branded trap, and 1 Judgment of the branded. Honestly, I see a lot of people playing Rick more, but iffy on traps, and then also just base wise, I just decided to play 1 each because I can still also send a spell and trap card, a branded spell and trap card to the graveyard. So getting these in graveyard very easily with the Fallen Albast engine. Spring and Blast. Just to be able to negate monster effects. I play 2 because just to be able to negate monster effects that my opponent controls, just trying to interrupt them. Just have some type of interruption in the deck. Honestly, I played 3 Springans Call. I don't really see a lot of people playing this, but with Fallen Albaz in the graveyard or Springans Monster, I can just special summon it. So doing it on my opponent's turn and fusion summon with a Fallen Albaz to have another fusion monster on board off of Fallen Albaz, or just summon a Springans beater. And ending the deck off with Torrential Tribute is just because the XCs you can banish them, but then Torrential Tribute just so your opponent can't too much overextend, especially with everybody running Brave Engine right now. Honestly, I have not pulled the expensive stuff for the Brave Engines, the build decks with Brave Engine, but right now I just have my Torrential Tribute, ending it off with Torrential Tribute in here. That's it for the main deck, you guys. Extra deck, 2. I was running 3, testing out 3, but I ended up getting more of the Fallen Albaz fusion when I went to locals. 2 Mirror Maker, those 2 just like self-sponge, or you're running a Springans deck. For the rest of the XE, 1 Giga X, the combo. 1 King of the Fair Amp with the Giga X to be able to search your Serpent when you have your field spell. And after you make the Giga X and that, you have Utopia Future and Draco Future combo in here. Only really play 1 link. This link monster actually works well with XE. It is Steel Star regulator. It's a lane 3. Pretty good. Hopefully this card actually does get a kind of like become a super in the Mega 10 2020 21 Mega 10s. Starting off with one Titan Lad, because I don't really play Dogmatica in here, but I have Fallen Albaz to add. Albina Branded Dragon, so we have that in here, because it takes Fallen Albaz and a light monster. A lot of light monsters running around still. Bergrand, the Glory Dragon. Just run 2. Because it's second effect for Fallen Albaz also. And Spring, the Iron Dash Dragon. Iron Dash Dragon, also a good monster to use. Have a Fallen Albaz when your opponent special summon a fat monster. You summon it back from grave from the call of the Springans, and be able to fuse the summon, make this. And then you have one to just send off for effects. Really, honestly, I would love to try to make this deck more of a competitive build, but that will probably be more in the side deck and tweaking the main deck a little bit. But thanks guys for tuning this profile. I will have an update on my Odora deck on Reptile deck prior to this with the new spell card that got released with the release of Battle of Chaos. But thanks guys for tuning into this deck profile. Y.G.O-LYFE signing out.